people want as the next Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh? Do they want Gehlot? Do they want Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Jyotiraditya Scindia, Kamal Nath? Who do they want? Here it is. At this moment, the numbers for the preferred Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. 36% of the respondents in the India Today Access My India data say they want Shivraj Singh Chauhan as the next Chief Minister. Remember, he's been Chief Minister for almost 18 years. 36% still want him as Chief Minister. Kamal Nath, who's fighting harder than he has for the large part of his political career, 30% of the respondents saying they want Kamal Nath as the Chief Minister. 10% saying anybody else from the Congress. Jyotiraditya Scindia came in at 3, any candidate from the BJP at 8, Digvijay Singh at 1. But it's unfair to the others because they weren't really projected. This was a battle, Kamal Nath versus Jyotiraditya Scindia, that's 36 versus 30. So that's the first set of data on your screen right now. Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Rajdeep, still the preferred choice for the position of next Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh.
Quite remarkable because he's been in politics for 20 years. This could be his, 5th term as Chief Minister, elected 4 times, once of course in the middle of a term. But it'll be remarkable if he's able to do this. I don't think any other, I'm trying to think who's the other, from North India, whether anyone from the Hindi heartland has won so many elections in a row. Nitish Kumar is someone who might come close to that. You know, these are 2 leaders who've been there for 2 decades. And there's a similarity between him and Shivraj Singh and Ashok Gehlot. Nobody gets angry with them. You know, you may be tired with them, but you don't get angry with Shivraj ji. I call them both the Amol Palekars of Indian politics. Dekho, Amitabh Bachchan ka bhi era hota hai, Amol Palekar ka bhi zamana hota hai.
One more similarity.
Very, very genial people.
Yeah.
You know, he'll be nice to you, aapko bhi peda dega, apne rival ko bhi dega. In fact, that's been the accusation that he's never really taken on his opponents. Similarly with Mr. Gehlot. And therefore, and dare I say, sometimes women prefer the softer, gentler politician. I'm saying something that might get me into trouble one day, but women prefer softer, Mr. Modi may be different, the machismo of Mr. Modi. But the softer, gentler...
You're saying he's not soft and gentle?
No. These two politicians, Shivraj Singh ji and Ashok Gehlot, I found on my travels...
You know, what I really like is the mansplaining while I'm sitting here on what women really want.
No,
हमने तो कुछ बोला ही नहीं.
What women, he's telling me what women really want.
Can I just add? I traveled through Madhya Pradesh and whenever you spoke to women...
No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
They never had a negative word to say about Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan. When you travel through Rajasthan, you don't hear women having a negative word to say about Ashok Gehlot. I keep maintaining Mahila voter.
Let Preeti tell us what women really want.
Please do. You agree that
really want?
No, what I loved was that I'm sitting right next to Rajdeep and Rajdeep is turning around and saying, women want a softer gentleman. That's...
No, someone who they feel is compassionate in difficult times. Okay. I maintain last 5 years have been very tough for most Indians, especially at the bottom of the...
Now she interrupted you, but she's not telling us what women want.
But you're not saying about another similarity between Shivraj Singh Chauhan and Ashok Gehlot.
No, I've been asked of what women want in Madhya Pradesh. I'll be very clear. Women want the Ladli Behna scheme. I went into Madhya Pradesh thinking with what most pollsters predicted was a BJP edge and what I saw was a Congress edge. And what I saw was this affinity of women where they didn't know Shivraj, they did not know Modi, but what they knew was pool and they knew 1250 rupiah, which was coming on the 10th of every month in their bank accounts.
Okay.
So that's what I thought.
Let's now go region by region across Madhya Pradesh. And I want to take you through what the seat share and vote share numbers are looking like. So we will start with Bhopal. In the 20 seats of Bhopal, which includes the city of Bhopal, Raisen, Sehor and Vidisha, which is where Sushma Swaraj used to come from. 12 leads for the BJP, 8 for the Congress, 51% vote share for the BJP versus 42. This is where the Congress and Kamal Nath think people are bored, they want change, that people are fed up with Shivraj Singh Chauhan. Well, at least in the first region for which we have put out numbers, that doesn't seem to be the case.
This is a traditional BJP-dominated area. So, you know, there are seats that the BJP hasn't lost here in 4 consecutive elections. So, Madhya Bharat, Bhopal is BJP country.
But this time they are losing 2 seats compared.
And in fact, they're losing 2 seats compared to last time, but they're still, this is a dominant region. So, actually, these numbers would say some worry for the BJP if you look at these numbers.
Okay, let's now come to the second region. So, the first region, quite clearly for the BJP, 12 versus 8. I want to come to Nimar now. There are 18 seats in Nimar. The BJP had won 6 of them last time. The Congress had won 10. So let's take you through what's happening in Nimar. 12 for the BJP, 6 for the Congress. The BJP is up 6. The Congress is down 4. A 3% gap in vote share in Nimar. Remember, in the last assembly elections, different regions in Madhya Pradesh had voted differently, and therefore it seemed like there were 6 separate elections happening. In the first 2 regions, we've seen the BJP
Rahul, here this is
well.
bad news for the Congress because this is a large tribal belt. Congress did very well there, but remember this also includes Khargone, where there was communal disturbance, where there was a bulldozer Raj used. But tribal belt, Congress losing in this region is bad news for the Congress. They would expect to pick up seats in Nimar.
Okay.
And it's also the area of Kishore Kumar. So it's a particularly favorite area.
To make a point.
Yeah, obviously that means there is no farmers' unrest, and Rajdeep said, there were a lot of communal polarization that had taken place in this region, and BJP seems to be benefiting from it.
Rahul, your initial thoughts on the numbers?
I agree with Rajdeep. I think if in this region BJP is making gains, then Congress should be a little worried.
Okay, so Congress should start to get a little worried about the first set of numbers that we put out. Let's now go across to Bundelkhand. In the 26 seats of Bundelkhand, remember Bundelkhand, the BJP had done very well last time. So they're hoping to do well in Bundelkhand again. Let's take you through what's happening in Bundelkhand. In Bundelkhand, on these 26 seats, the BJP, which had 14 the last time, is up now at 18. The Congress, which was at 10, is down to 8. And there's a 5% gap in vote share between the BJP and the Congress. 45 versus 40. The BJP off to a rocking start in Madhya Pradesh. Their first 3 regions doing smashingly well for them.
And Rahul, that 8% is critical. Remember, Samajwadi Party has a presence here. They wanted an alliance. Kamal Nath said, no, I'm not going in for an alliance. Many of these smaller parties in Bundelkhand were ready to tie up with the Congress. There is a UP effect, border to UP. So I'm not surprised with the numbers.
6 of those seats in Bundelkhand last time around, the Samajwadi Party had polled more than the winning margin. So one can well imagine if they had tied up with the Samajwadi Party, what could it have meant for the Congress?
Bad news for the Congress again.
I now want to come to the most significant region politically, which is the Gwalior-Chambal belt, which is where Jyotiraditya Scindia comes from. This is where there's a massive rebellion in the Congress ranks, and Jyotiraditya Scindia and 22 MLAs switched over and joined the BJP. In this area, we want to take you through whether the BJP is doing well or not. Remember, the conventional political punditry said the Congress was doing very well in Chambal. The India Today, Access My India numbers show that doesn't seem to be the case. Jyotiraditya Scindia would be delighted when he sees the BJP at 19, which is up 12 from the last time. The Congress at 14, it is 12 down from the last time. A 3% gap between the BJP and the Congress. Rashid Kidwai, you come from Bhopal. It seems to be turning on the track of Bhopal. This ball seems to be going away from the Congress quite badly. Even in Gwalior-Chambal, where the Congress was convinced that infighting, factionalism, rebels, they'll kill the BJP sitting at 19 seats.
Precisely. I think this is a very significant and a turning point. If this happens, then there is no hope for the Congress in Madhya Pradesh.
I'll tell you here, Rahul, what happened last time? You had Jyotiraditya Scindia part of the Congress. So 26 out of 34, remember, included a lot of Scindia supporters. It was a united Congress in Gwalior-Chambal. Now what happens? Jyotiraditya Scindia leaves. He leaves with his supporters. Kamal Nath, Digvijay Singh claim Jyotiraditya is a Gaddar. But the truth of the matter is BJP very quickly realizes they're in trouble here. They bring in Narendra Tomar. They bring in all the heavyweights here. They say, look, it can't just be Jyotiraditya Scindia. Let's get MPs in, let's get union ministers in, let's create a mahal in this area. If these numbers are right, I think it's almost game, set and match for the BJP, because these are the parts that the Congress needs to win.
But the question of allegiance was already answered, Rajdeep, after the defection in the by-elections. It was very clear that the BJP came back.
Yeah, so but a by-election, you would have thought, you're right, but a by-election is often different to an assembly election. In a by-election, usually the party in power tends to win. When you are fighting an assembly election, this is the real test. Is Jyotiraditya Scindia and his supporters Gaddars, or are there people who have a connect
You know,
with,
Rajdeep,
with the masses?
Jyotiraditya Scindia at some very late sabha that he was addressing. It must have been about like close to 1 a.m. I remember. He couldn't speak. But a body language of a leader tells you so much. He came back from that stage and he spoke to us despite of not being able to construct a sentence because his voice was so bad. You could see on his face that he knew that they were doing well in that area.
He has never worked harder than this. This is the one difference. BJP ने बहुत काम करवाया है ज्योतिरादित्य सिंधिया से last 6. If these numbers are right, not just Scindia, Narendra Singh Tomar in his bastion.
Who might be in trouble? I feel who might be in trouble.
If these numbers are there, my sense is the BJP has been able to lift a lot of
support. But the
support.
Congress doing well comes from the Bhind-Morena area, where from Morena is Mr. Tomar from the seat of Dimani.
Remember, for a long
but the
time...
OBCs seem to be driven. If these numbers are right, OBCs are moving away from the Congress in Madhya Pradesh. Without OBC support, you cannot win Madhya Pradesh. And in Gwalior, Chambal, if the OBCs start drifting away from you, you're in trouble.
For a long time in the campaign, the BJP knew that they were behind. And suddenly, one fine day, I started getting very excited calls from very senior leaders in the BJP who said, we've turned it around. Bas ho gaya, Madhya Pradesh is through. They were fully confident because they realized that they were able to beat anti-incumbency and pull this election around. This happened literally weeks before polling. It didn't happen, say, months before polling. Just days before polling, they were able to get the momentum going for themselves in Madhya Pradesh.
And
this
also,
would be an epic botch-up by the Congress if after so many terms of Shivraj Singh Chauhan being in power, 18 years, they're still able to lose and the BJP is able to win.
And who was the man they sent into, who was the general they sent into Madhya Pradesh? The Home Minister. This entire Madhya Pradesh, you see, Amit Shah has had some wins, some losses. He's not some magician Chanakya who wins every election. He lost Bengal to Mamta. But here he went in. I know some of the people that he used, they were told to do micromanagement right down to the level. And you're right. I think the Congress after Karnataka thought that they were in the 40th over and they were cruising. That the last 10 overs to jeetna hi hai, Karnataka jeet gaya hai, usi momentum mein chal do. And Kamal Nath made a few announcements, especially on for women 1,500 rupees. The BJP responded. And the BJP responded quickly enough. Ladli Behna started being pushed in from March itself.
The X factor of this election.
But the truth of the matter is, I think if these numbers are right, it is Congress in the 40th over taking an election for granted and suddenly realizing Amit Shah aa gaya as your death bowler for the BJP.